Teenagers. When I was a teen, I wanted to be with my friends. I wanted to have fun. And now as an adult, when I look at teens, I totally understand where they are coming from. Teenagers want to explore. They want to do things that adults do. They think about so many things. And sometimes their thoughts become actions. But like they say, actions have consequences. Police forensic team in South Africa are investigating the deaths of 22 young people at a nightclub and bar in the southern coastal town of East London in South Africa. Specialists have yet established the cause of tragedy, which occurred during the end of school year celebrations by teenagers. Local residents in the area raised an alarm at 4 a.m. Something happened to these teenagers. Police said they were called to a nightclub at around 4 a.m. Sunday morning after receiving a report that there were lifeless bodies there. Officers responding to the call walked in on a grim scene. 17 teenagers were found dead on the spot. 3 more died at a local clinic, 1 died on the way to the hospital, and 2 at the hospital. Their ages were between 13 and 17. So what were these teenagers doing in the tavern? The teenagers were reportedly celebrating the end of mid-year exams, a local DJ's birthday, and relaxing of COVID-19 restrictions in South Africa, which was announced earlier, a couple of weeks ago. Parents were asked to come to the mortuary to identify their children. At first, they were told that this was a stampede. But by the look of things in the tavern, there was no stampede that took place. The exact circumstances of the tragedy remains unclear. A regional newspaper, Dispatch Live, said its reporters had seen bodies lying bizarrely as if they collapsed to the floor, seemingly in the social circles they were engaging with, along with other bodies as slumped across chairs and lying over tables. Unverified pictures shared on social media showed bodies with no visible signs of injury lying on the floor of the club. Autopsies are expected to give a clear idea of what had happened in the nightclub, which was reported to be very crowded. An official from the Eastern Cape provincial community said that it's difficult to believe it's a stampede as there are no visible wounds to the bodies. So what happened here? What happened to these kids? Yes, they were not supposed to be in the club. That's right. They were not supposed to be there by that time of the night. They were not supposed to ingest alcohol. What happened to them? Why were they on the floor? A 17-year-old girl who only gave her name as Lolly and lived close to the tavern said the venue was a popular hangout with teenagers, but the community wanted it shut down after the tragedy. Everyone wants it closed down because they sell alcohol to underage children. Everyone is angry. Everyone is sad because of what happened. Many such venues exist in urban and rural areas in South Africa and often flaunt licensing laws. Overstretched police forces and local government officials often turn a blind eye to such law breaking, sometimes in return for bribes. But despite all this, it does not answer the question. The main question remains, what happened to these students? What did they eat or drink? What happened at the party? Was there an eyewitness that the police did not take account of? Was there something in the drink or something in the air? Something happened to these students, but I'm waiting for a reasonable answer from the government so that I can bring it back to you guys. That's all I have for you guys today. If you have any questions or comments, please drop them below. I'm interested in hearing what you have to say about this incident. In the meantime, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching and have a good day.